Welcome back everybody to Let's Play Planescape Torment. In the last episode, we entered the Fortress of Regrets and we immediately...
This is it.
Yeah, basically that's Nameless summed it up pretty well right there. This is it. Not only that, but we immediately felt the repercussions of coming here. Annah and Dak'kon they're dead. They died at the hands of the Transcendent One, and the only thing I can hope to do, that we can hope to do, is find Nordum, Grace, and Mort before it's too late. And apparently, according to Tana'ri, who also, sweetheart that she is, upgraded the wedding ring that she gave us. And she basically just said that if you need to go in there, it's best to just run from the shadows. I don't think I ever checked what was behind here.
I'm gone.
What's this? Oh dear. Let's see. This clock looks like it has a pin. It looks like it has partially melted into the black stone surrounding it. But the ground has been disturbed, as if someone walked on it recently, perhaps in the last few years. There is something crudely scratched onto the clock's surface. You suddenly feel a strange, crawling sensation warming its way through the back of your skull. You know what's written on the clock is a message to you, from you.
Updated my journal.
The message is carved on the clock face. It looks like it was carved with a dagger. Run. Doors are lies. Use cannons. Then portal. It looks like the message was written in some haste. Following the message is a crude arrow pointing the opposite direction and the long hand on the clock. Thanks, pass. We gotta book it, Nameless. We got it, Nameless. We gotta go. Nameless, we got. Fucking hell, Nameless. We gotta go. We gotta go. Oh shit. Okay. Nope.
Right.
Okay. What's over here? Wait, what's this? Right, another war relic, so here we go. Oh no.
It is difficult to separate shadow from the darkness here.
Oh no. Grace, run.
This is not a place meant for the living.
It's not. You need to get out of there.
Ah, the Tana'ri.
Get away from her. So, you're the spider that lies in the center of it all. I have many questions that you can answer. Your goals in this matter have not been entirely clear. My goals are not for you to know, fallen Tana'ri. My indulgence is all that keeps your black heart beating in your chest. You may leave with your life now if you will. Grace, please, you don't stand a chance. My heart is neither black, nor do I fear for my life. My companions, my friends are here in your fortress. I shall not leave until we are rejoined and the man we follow has resolved the matter to a satisfactory conclusion. There is no satisfactory conclusion to this fool's errand. You will leave this place, and you shall leave your undying companion here. Fear not for his life. The only price he shall pay is the loss of memory. As gracious as your offer is, I must refuse your offer to abandon my friends. Grace, honey, no. As for the small price he will pay at your hands, it is the equivalent of death to him. I have traveled with this man for some time, and there are many things I do not wish him to forget. He will forget. It is his fate to remain ignorant. He will forget you, Tana'ri, just as he has forgotten all who have walked the path of misery with him. He exists to die, forget, and die again. He is nothing. Don't talk about Nameless like that. The only nobody here is the person killing all these people for shits and giggles, even though they've already been through enough as is. Especially Grace. That is your judgment. The fact remains that I do not wish him to forget and forget me, nor all that he has struggled to earn for to reach this place. He has suffered much, and I find my sympathies lie with him rather than the arrogant creature that postures before me and fights as a coward fights, preferring to kill from a distance where his opponent cannot reach him. Grace, honey, you have a point, but you didn't see what he did to Dak'kon. To Annah, you need to take his offer and leave. You shall torment him no more, Tana'ri. Perhaps you doubt my powers here, in this place. A demonstration may silence your doubt.
You have done enough harm. Prepare yourself.
Grace, honey.
You are nothing.
Grace, honey, no.
I can forge planes with my power. I can unmake you.
Holy shit, she actually hurt him. Come on, you can do it, Grace. Come on. Beat this fucker into the ground. God damn it. Oh shit. Where are we now? Okay. There's a black cloud of smoke, fog of war, whatever you want to call it, over here that I haven't reached yet. So I guess there might be our best bet, but Grace was so close. She was actually able to hurt him. You guys saw that, but oh god, now she's dead like the rest. Oh shit, come on. No, that's not what I... Okay. Nameless, you gotta go. You gotta go. Damn it.
I'm gone.
Shit. No. Come on, get Nameless, get out of there!
I'm hurt.
Fuck, okay, he's out. Okay, okay.
Done.
Nameless, what the run! God.
Too much to move. Don't let it end like...
Okay, we're back. We should have a much more clear-cut path.
Done.
Okay. Okay, there's a staircase.
I'm gone.
Fuck.
All right.
Trying to make a cut through them.
All right.
Okay. There we go. That'll do. Okay, there's another war machine. Pull the X. Wait, nothing
My
happened.
journal.
In the distance, you hear a roaring sound as if something just opened. A howling wind is rushing through the vault. As you try and figure out where the sound is coming from, you suddenly realize you are disintegrating and becoming part of the wind. Okay, there's a portal open. Oh no, more money.
Processing. Plane. Negative material. Location. Fortress of Regrets.
You leave him alone.
The rogue construct.
He's the equivalent of a child. Don't... Not Nordum.
Sense of closure imminent.
Oh, Nordum, honey.
You have overstepped yourself. Submit.
You wish harm upon one who has aided Nordum at cost to his selves. Nordum will attempt to stop you.
Nordum, honey, no, it's a fool's
No
errand.
success. Slide.
The body is a shell. Intense pressure may fracture it. Shall I continue?
Don't you
If you
dare.
intend to harm him, Nordum will stop you.
He didn't stand a chance. Oh, Nordum. Oh, shit. There was a portal over there. We need to get back. We need to get back. Okay. Shh. Unlock.
I'm gone.
I see it. Come on, Nameless. We're almost there. Nameless, come on, get out! Come on, get to the portal. What? Ignis? What the? What the hell? What's this? I can't see. This huge crystal radiates a pulsing spectral light as it hovers above the crater in the middle of the room. The rhythm of its pulses around you remind you of a heartbeat, slow and sickly. Light from the crystal touches the edges of the room like fingers, each ray of light casting a glow from the ruined faces of the statues surrounding it. This. As you touch the crystal, there is a flash of heat, an orange-white light, and you whip your hand back. The crystal burns, like the heat from Ignis's flames from within the crystal. The sickly white-blue light dances and flickers like a fire. Looks like I'll have to put Ignis in the dead book first. I don't want to burn any of these really good spells, but
Eyes shall be flames, and all life shall be as torches.
oh god. I have next to no spells that are offensive. I may have to pop one of these. Against cannon. Now it's our turn to unleash this. I hope to God we find a place to rest. Soon, at least. Suck on it, Pyro. Did that do nothing? Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Okay. Balance on all things, activate that. Yeah. Okay, come on. Okay. Alright. Let's try Black Barb Spear. Oh, we could get cut off. Is this guy just not taking... Okay, fine. Fine, I'll just beat the shit out of you. If that's what I gotta do, so fucking be it.
The flames will consume you.
Oh man, I can't hit him worth a damn, but then again, he can't seem to hit me worth a damn either. Oh, that barrier is gone. That barrier is gone. Try it again, Black Barb Sphere. Yes! Let's try another one. Oh shit, he's sleeping. Yes.
The skies shall be flames, and all life shall be as torches.
Man, I kind of... Funny I should regret this in the Fortress of Regrets, but I kind of regret not finding out what exactly the fuck this guy's deal is.
Damn.
At the very least, there is one thing I know. He can't hit for shit, but then again, neither can I.
Die.
At the very least, I'm hitting more than he does, and he is, and that's what matters, right? I...
Flames will consume you. Betrayed your teaching.
Betrayed your teaching. Well, either way, Ignis is out, so... Let's find out what this thing is. Or if there's anything else in here. Doesn't look like it. Wait, there are statues. This might be a statue of you, but its face is a ruined mass. You can't be certain. The statue looks like a statue of you. Its arms are crossed and it glares straight ahead. It's holding its hand over its heart and its mouth open as if making a speech.
All right.
One hand is clutching the right shoulder as if it is wounded. It sits staring at the center of the room with a disdainful expression. Wait, what's this? Sounding stone? What on earth? This dark stone is covered in dust as if it's been sitting here for years. It looks like a piece of one of the statues that was chipped away. A tracery of strange runes mark the stone surface. It feels strangely familiar somehow. Examine it then. As you touch the stone, a small mouth appears on the side and begins speaking in your voice. It echoes as if speaking within a great chamber. Dak'kon, Mort, Zachariah, Dayanara, it is I. I have placed a minor messaging enchantment on this stone. Listen to it fully, then do as I say. Your voice takes a breath. It sounds irritated. I don't know how we got separated, but I think the portal that brought us here divided us. It is only a minor setback. When you find the stone, stay with it until I can rejoin you. Based on my divination, this fortress is the size of several cities. The less you move around, the easier it is for me to find you. The voice takes another breath and becomes more detached, as if surveying something and speaking about it. I fought my way through the first of the vaults. This place is filled with shadows, way too many to keep fighting. If you encounter any, run before they swarm you. They're much tougher than the other shadows we've encountered before. I think the energies from the plane feed them somehow, and make them stronger. The voice takes another breath. There were a series of great war relics at the vault in the vault that shifted me from place to place. I managed to lure the shadows to each machine, then drift while they swarmed wherever I had been. This bought me some time enough to escape. Once I tripped the 4 relics, I had opened a portal out. The voice pauses as if something just occurred to the speaker. It strikes me now that the vault I came from might be some strange sort of gatehouse. The relics seem to seal it off from both inside and outside the fortress. Whatever built this place likes keeping the shadows under guard so they can't run loose. The shadows don't have any substance, so they won't be able to use the machines to escape the vault. I'll have to think about that some more. No matter. I'm in a room with a great crystal in it. I'm going to examine it more closely before moving on. The voice pauses. The speaker is looking around. There are 5 statues in this room, and they look like me, and they look old, too, like they've been here for some time. As for the crystal, it doesn't seem like it belongs in the fortress, and its size and shape reminds me of something I've read in the annals. Some sort of dimensional prison that segments the soul. I don't think it's a coincidence the portal from the main vault teleported me here. I think the crystal is a trap. Don't touch it until we're together again. I mean it, Wart. I'm going to try and find you all now. If you find this reader stone, do not move from this spot, or I may never find you. I have left some supplies for men for you at the base of one of the statues. Don't waste them. I don't know how long it's going to take for us to find our enemy and get out. We may need those supplies later. I'll see you all soon. Okay, so he left materials. He left supplies at the base of one of the statues. Did we examine the base? I don't think we can.
I'm gone. Done.
Ah, shit. I don't think they're here.
I'm gone.
Otherwise, like, I would have found them already, yeah? Yeah, I guess, I mean, at the same time, that stone was laying on the ground as if it was never found. So we can't really tell if, like, one of them found it and just took the materials, or what. Either way,
I'm gone.
I'm gonna save before interacting with this crystal. Alright, let's do this. Let's see. Light from the crystal touches the edges of the room with fingers, each ray of light casting a glow on the ruined faces of the statues surrounding it. Touch. There's a moment of dizziness as you touch the crystal. Then a slow chill passes through your body, and you discover that your muscles have locked, your hand frozen on the end of the crystal surface. There's a moment of silence, then a sharp pain runs through your body like fractures. You feel as if your very being has turned into ice, and shattered. What the... What the unholy... He is awakened. Good incarnation. Finally! I thought I would die again waiting for him to rise. Practical incarnation. Perhaps you will still die. Never forget I watch you, thieves, you killers. Killers all, the 3 of you. Paranoid incarnation. Have a care how you speak to me, you deranged wreck. He was fortunate to reach here, but with all those traps that you scattered throughout the plains. I swear, if I could have crossed the years to put you out of your misery, I would... The 2 of you, be silent. Let's make sure he's alright, and save the arguments for later. What's going on? By the hells, he's lost his memories. Damnation. Useless to us now. Calm yourself. He's only disoriented, as were we all. Give him a moment to get his bearings. You're all thieves wearing my body, and you will give it back! I am at the limits of my patience with your howling. Be silent, or... The arguing when avails us nothing. Give him his space, leave him be. The time is no longer in our favor. I will not stand here and squander another moment while our adversary is no doubt hunting for us. We waited long enough for him to awaken. I will speak to him now. The man before you resembles you, but he carries himself more like a force than a man. His eyes are watching you carefully, and as you study him, you feel him studying you. So, it has come to this. What's going on? I will not surrender my name to you or any man. But, he's you! I'm pretty sure, yeah. Either that or Nameless is hallucinating. The man's voice is rough, like yours. It rings strangely in your ears. As for who I am, you should be asking yourself that, for you are one of my incarnations. You made it here with my clues to guide you. We're separate incarnations? How is that possible? The incarnation is silent for a moment, and his expression changes to contempt. If there's anything I have hated about you, it's your countless questions, your desperate fumbling for meaning and answers. The man's voice is like a hatchet, and anger flicks across his features. The time for questions is past. Now you will listen to me. I was the first to breach this fortress, and whatever it is that awaits us here is somehow able to defeat me. It will not best me for a second time. You sound as if you intend to fight whatever it is that lurks here. The man only gives you a strange look, then studies you. Of course, it's the only reason we're speaking now. I'll need you to be the shell, and your mind must be my mind. Do you understand me? Do you intend to possess Nameless?
Updated my journal.
Yes. He glances around the spiked walls and turns back to you. We cannot leave this place in pieces. Only one may leave. What are you talking about? You must surrender your will to me, your knowledge and skills. Whatever little you've managed to accumulate in your life may prove useful. He sizes you up again. It will ultimately be but a fraction of my power, but it might have its uses. And if I choose not to surrender my will to you... Actually, I wonder if I can get him to answer some questions. I will indulge you, but only for a while longer. You're the one who saved Dak'kon at Shock Floor, and the one who led Tana'ri to her death. The man's eyes narrow. What of it? All of it was done with a purpose. What was the purpose of saving Dak'kon at Shock Floor? Your ignorance astounds me. The man looks incredulous. Can it be that you do not know what he carries in his hand? The blade he carries is shaped by his thoughts. Such a tool, when used properly, could slay the multiverse itself. The man looks lost in thought, and his face sneers in disgust. Though obviously the gift became separated when we arrived at the fortress, and I was unable to make use of his blade. The man frowns. Unfortunate. There are other things I would know. Oh my god! That's a lot of... Oh my god! Give me a moment to read through all of these. Alright. Let's begin with one of the simple ones. Why did Tana'ri have to die? Tana'ri. That girl had little sense of the planes to her, and that was what I needed for her. You see, the Dustmen have it right. Sometimes when you feel too much passion, you cling too tightly to life to let it go. And neither did Tana'ri, as I hoped she would. That woman, that ghost! The hunched man's eyes well up with fury as spittle flies from his mouth. She tormented me for years, pursuing me, hating me, and you were the one that killed her! Incarnation barely even glances at the howling one and merely sneers. You blaming me for anything is laughable. He turns back to you. It wasn't out of malice, though she did become tiresome. It's just that when I arrived at the fortress, I didn't intend to stay. I wanted to get in, sacrifice her, and then get out. Third Incarnation speaks softly, but he sounds pained. Why would you do such a terrible thing? I needed someone to be my eyes here on the negative material plane, to serve as a soul and to serve as a scout and try and find who my killer was. Only the dead can survive here for long. So Tana'ri had to be sacrificed so that she could become something other than she was. A tricky business, but it worked. She helped you, didn't she? But you didn't have to kill her. He looks at you silently for a moment, then his sneer returns. And that is why you will be defeated if you confront our killer. Because you are weak, and because you do not see that some things are necessary. You dare call me weak? You orchestrated all these grand plans for defeating this invisible enemy, and you got your ass handed to you anyway, and some poor girl was murdered because of it. Maybe if you'd done your job right the first time, it wouldn't even have to be a problem. You dare lecture me? The one women always have walked their path with us, whether Tana'ri or Ravel or any other woman. Then they have suffered. And it was always their choice. Tana'ri would have died for me if I asked her to. There was no crime. I won't discuss this with you any longer. I should have just named you the fuckhead incarnation. Were you the one who asked Farad to get the bronze sphere from the catacombs? Farad? The incarnation thinks for a moment. Oh yes, the trash king with all the tough bloods that thought I was easy prey. He smiles slightly, as if recalling a pleasant memory. After only a little bloodletting, I struck a bargain with him. He would see to it that his men found me. They would take me safely to the mortuary, and of course, I needed eyes and hands and of his men to scour the catacombs beneath Sigil for me. If I remember what Farad said right, you killed one of his children. The bronze sphere, right? Yes, I told Farad it was the only thing that would save his miserable life. What a sniveling little dodger he was. The incarnation smiles at you. You see, the old bastard was destined to end up upon the Pillar of Skulls when he died, and he was desperately trying to weasel out of it. So I told him there was an item beneath Sigil that would save him from his fate, and he could only find it. But it wouldn't save him. It was just something you wanted him to find. Of course it was useless to him. One cannot dodge fate so easily. He looks at you, irritated. However, nothing motivates a man faster than telling him what he seeks will save his soul from eternal damnation. I intended to take it from him after he found it. It's just searching for it myself would have taken too long. He smiles again. And why should I do it when I can have someone else hunt it for me? Actually, he ended up tricking me into finding it for him. Why was it so important? Important? Do you not know? The incarnation becomes silent for a moment. Do you have it with me? And do you have it with you? Yeah, I do. You have it! The incarnation's eyes flare. Then your life had some use after all! You watch his eyes flicker as if thinking, calculating. When we merge, I will see about finding a means to unlock it. Perhaps not all is lost. I'm not merging with you, you son of a bitch. What is the sphere? Why is it important? It's a dead sensory stone. Do you know what it contains? He smiles eagerly. It holds the last experiences of the first of us, when we were one man, not a string of incarnations. His voice drops. And if there is some ways of unlocking it, I will be able to see inside his mind. And see why this all happened? Yes. With the incarnation's face becomes sober. It is the answer I've always sought. Why this happened. Why we became immortal. He studies you. When we merge, I will see about finding a means to unlock it. Perhaps not all is lost. The third incarnation interrupts. Perhaps there is answer, and perhaps there is no answers in such a thing. Perhaps there never was. I don't deal in the relations of perhaps and maybe. The first incarnation sneers. I seek answers, and it is what has allowed us to get this far. Yet he looks at the third incarnation with contempt. If we had left life in your hands, we wouldn't have even a fraction of the truth we now possess. And then that truth lies power. He turns to you. You will realize that when we merge. I have no intention of merging with you. Do you intend to fight me on this? The man seems merely amused than anything else. You are no match for me. There is little point in trying. Oh, I don't think fighting it would be a good idea, though. I wonder. You will merge with me. The man looks at you and smiles incredulously. I surrender to no man. It is you who will be absorbed by me. I doubt it. Do you intend to fight me on this? The man seems to be more amused than, god damn it. Actually, I wonder. What if we, bluffed? What if we tried to best him at it? As much as I'd like to deck this bastard in the face, that apparently isn't going to be working. So be it then. His eyes become gray like mist, and he gives a slight smile as if in anticipation. We shall see what your mind has in store. You lock gazes with him, and his eyes are like stones, and they start to drag you down. Lock gazes with him, try to force him to merge with you. As you swim in the corridors of his mind, the first emotion you encounter is surprise. His eyes widen. He is not absorbing you. Your will is stronger, and it is consuming him. You feel him desperately trying to pull back, but he cannot. He is too weak, and your will blocks his retreat while drawing him deeper into your subconscious. This is the last time we shall ever speak. Return to death, where you belong. He looks in and incredulous for a moment, then he disintegrates, and you feel a rush of knowledge pouring into you, biting to the surface. It's almost too much to absorb at once, as you find yourself disoriented. So much knowledge, so many experiences
I feel stronger.
Shit, we leveled up already. And as quickly as it occurred, the rush subsides, and you steady yourself. The bits of knowledge swirl about in your mind, and you make sense of them. You make sense of them later. For now, only one piece of your knowledge is important. That incarnation did not know how to leave this place. He lied to trick you into surrendering. Damn it. Okay. Saving you for last because I'm probably gonna need a breather after talking to friggin' Twitchy McFucklechuck over here. The man before you resembles you, but his back is hunched, as if he's perpetually afraid of being struck. He is watching you warily, and he hisses as you approach. His hands clenching, as if wanting to strangle you. His arms are horribly gnarled and scarred, as if they had been dumped into a stream of acid. His left arm looks like it's been holding on by a thread, literally. And who are you? Know that you will not last long in this place, thief! Spittle flies from the man's mouth, and his face twists into a maddening grin. Mazes and regrets and death are all that are here. What do you mean? You are a thief! The incarnation's hands twist as if to wrap around your neck. I will feel the bones in your neck snap beneath my fingers. Take my body back. You wear my body like a cloak, and you shame me. I am no thief. I stole nothing from you. You stole everything! I awoke on the streets of the Ring City, and all who saw me knew me. He takes a rasping breath. All that you had done, all that you had harmed, they were waiting for me, blaming me, hurting me until I couldn't take the voices anymore. His fingers grasp at the air. I had to make them silent. You were the one that killed Finn the linguist, weren't you? You wrote the dodecahedron journal in the language of the Uyo. He fixes you with a wary eye. Seems to be not just looking at you as making him uncomfortable. Maybe this will make him a little more comfortable. As you speak in the language of the Uyo, the Incarnation's eyes widen, and he stares at you. After only a moment of silence, he replies in the same language. Only I know the language of the Uyo. How do you know it? You are correct. The only one who knows the language of the Uyo, and you are the only one who knows the language of the Uyo. So if I know the language of the Uyo, it must be you. He's silent, staring at you. It is these others who are not you, for they do not know the language of the Uyo. He nods, slowly. I hear you. This place confuses one's perceptions. We are both you, and now we must become as one. He looks frightened. To your surprise, he reverts to normal speech. All the inflections in his voice are gone. It is calm, level, and much like your own. I no longer wish to live like this. You suffered much. You were born into a world where nothing made sense, where strangers claimed they knew you, and they blamed you for things that you knew nothing of, and they tried to hurt you. He looks at you. You watch as the Incarnation loses its mad gleam, and his eyes become more like your own. Yes. I will protect you now. You will know peace, for that is all you ever wanted, isn't it? The Incarnation relaxes at your words, his eyes dimming as he locks gazes with you. There is the faintest of whispers as he falls back onto the black stones. With his collapse, you feel a crawling sensation in the back of your skull. And then there is a flood of memories and strength and emotions, and you steady yourself, dizzy for a moment. Then your vision clears, and you are yourself once more. You're safe now. Alright. You, give me a moment. And now you all get to see just how much I grinded over the weekend. Whew. Alright. What do we put this into? Guess intelligence. There we go. Alright. Hi. The man before you resembles you, but his face seems calmer somehow. He gives a slight smile as you approach, and he nods as if in approval. Are you alright? Who are you? Have we ever had a name, or was it just the first of us? The man chuckles softly. Know that I am your ally in this. I, like all these others, have died my death in your mind, and this figment is all that remains. But who are you? His smile fades, and he looks at you with concern. This must be disorienting for you. Let me try and explain. I am one of your incarnations. I was once lost, but now I am here again. How is that possible? I do not know. Whatever you touch within the fortress has brought pieces of yourself to the surface. He pauses for a moment, thinking. One of the others may know the means of how this came to be, but it is beyond me. Fear part of me that there are things I must know. Ask. Let's see. I've had countless lives. Why are there only 3 incarnations here? I don't know. Perhaps there were 3 pieces that were somehow still present in your mind. How so? I do not know for sure, but I would guess that when we die, traces of our former personality may remain in your mind, and I know sometimes we may make ourselves felt. How? When you are about to place yourself in danger, or close to a realization, for example, I found that I could stir, help prod you in the right direction. So all the times Nameless had memories come back, that was you. I would be at a loss to describe how it felt to you, but it is possible, yes. Thank you. I just... Seriously, thank you. There are some other things that I'd like to know. Ask. Okay. Do you know why I wanted to become immortal? No, I do not. I think that was done out of fear. Perhaps one of the others knows, but not I. What makes you think it was done out of fear? The man smiles slightly. There is no humor in it. If anything, it is a sad smile. What man wishes to die? He shakes his head slowly. But only the first of us will ever truly know the reason why that brought us to this state. Are we never going to find that out? What was your life like? It was quiet and long and filled with much of the pain and the joys that one would expect in life. I served as a cartographer for a time, and then I walked the plains for several years. How did you die? In the end, as I traveled upon the fields of Bytopia, terrible shadows took on life as I lay sleeping. I died as I felt their claws upon me. They are the shades of all those that have died in our place. The man looks pained. Yes, I know. I know that now. One cannot be in place of regrets and not feel their agony. Let's see. I came to this fortress with allies, but they've been separated from me. Do you know where they are? I fear that your friends are already dead. The man looks pained. This place bears a hatred for the living. I figured as much. Let's see. Before, you said that when we die, traces are left in the mind. That's what caused you to emerge. That's what caused you all to emerge, right? My understanding may not be complete, but yes, then that seems to be the case, and we all make ourselves felt in small ways. So it's possible that the first of us, the real one of us, before all the incarnations, might still be buried somewhere in my mind. The expression on the incarnation's face flickers for just a moment, but it's like a window, and you suddenly realize who it is you're speaking to. You were the first of us. The incarnation's eyes take on a haunted look, and his gaze turns away from yours. I know what you're thinking, but it's not the case. You think that knowing the mind of the first of us will somehow help you here, in this place. It will not. But why? I have so many questions for him that you can answer. Why did we become immortal? Why? Because if we die, truly die, the incarnation looks up at you. His eyes are like steel. Death's kingdom will not be paradise. Not for us. If you spoke to the others that were here, know that a fraction of the evil of their lives is but a drop of the water compared to the evil of mine. That life, that one life, even without the thousands of others, has earned a seat in the lower planes for eternity. But you seem much calmer, more well-intentioned. I became that way, yes, because for me, his voice takes on a strange echo. It is regret that may change the nature of a man. He sighs. But it was too late. I was already damned. I found that changing my nature was not enough. I needed more time. I needed more life. So I came to the greatest of the Grey Sisters and asked her for a boon, to try and help live long enough to rectify all the damage I had done, to make me immortal. And Ravel did, but when she first tested your immortality and killed you, you forgot everything. Everything. He looks broken, and the planes have been dying ever since. The crime is great, and the blame is mine. There are so many questions I have for you. Who are you? What was your life like? Who? The incarnation shakes his head, cutting you off. When I become no more, when I merge with you, you will have the answers you seek. It may take time to sort them all out, but they are there. He smiles ruefully. It is difficult to communicate a life with words. Alright, are you ready? One last thing, just this. The incarnation pauses for a moment, searching your features. Before I return to oblivion, there is something I would know. What is it? He studies your eyes, for and in his expression somber. Did you live your life, the brief life you had? In the end, was it worth it? It seemed so short. What little I experienced, I enjoyed. I do not wish to forget it.
I feel stronger.
He nods. For a moment, you think he's going to say something, but then he collapses, the life running out of him and into yours. As he falls into the black stones, you feel a crawling sensation in the back of your skull, making you shiver, and you know the incarnation was no more. Farewell, and thank you. Give me just one moment, Tana'ri, to level up and do something that's been a long time coming. As you hold the sphere up this time and examine it, you feel the memories of the first of your incarnation stirring within you, but it is not an insistent or driving force. It's calm, like the thoughts of a man walking across a great distance to speak to a friend he hasn't seen in ages. As you feel his presence in your mind, you see the sphere in a different light, not as ugly or hideous, but as something precious, like a newborn child. The sphere is a repository of your last moments before you met Ravel in the Grey Waste and asked the impossible to her. You know why you asked her, and you know all that you need to do is touch the surface of the sphere with both hands and feel regret, and the stone will open itself to you. The sphere wrinkles in your hands, the skin off the sphere peeling away into tears and turning into a rain of bronze that encircles you. Each droplet, each fragment that enters you, you feel a new memory stirring, a lost love, a forgotten pain, an ache of loss, and with it comes a great pressure of regret of careless actions, the regret of suffering, regret of war, regret of death. And you feel your mind begin buckling from the pressure. So much all at once. So much damage done to others. So much an entire fortress may be built from such pain. And suddenly, with a torrent of regrets, you feel the first incarnation again. His hand, invisible and weightless, is upon your shoulder, steadying you. He does not speak, but with his touch, you suddenly remember your name. And it's such a simple thing, not at all what you thought it might be, and you feel yourself suddenly comforted. In knowing your name, your true name, you have gained back perhaps the most important part of yourself. In knowing your name, you know yourself, and you know, now, there is very little you cannot do. The first incarnation's hand is gone from your shoulder, and he is watching you with a slight smile. That was my name all along? But if I was... The first incarnation holds his finger to his lips, silencing you. He nods at the symbol on your arm, as if indicating you should make use of it. What? The symbol of torment seems brittle somehow, as if it is only barely holding itself to your skin. Unconsciously, you reach out and peel it from your arm. It gives way with a slight resistance, like pulling off a scab. As you hold the symbol, you know you can harness its power. It no longer rules you. I no longer wear the symbol. Nameless, does that mean... As you get halfway through your question, you realize there is a heavy silence within your mind. You can no longer feel the presence of the first incarnation within you.
I feel stronger.
Oh, goodness. But he's still only the nameless one? Come on, are we never gonna find out your name, dude? Six? Holy fuck! You guys see this, right? Alright, Shit, there we go. Holy fuck, that got us a lot of levels. Let's see. Symbol of Torment invokes Rune of Torment. This strip of flesh holds the symbol of torment that you have always worn. It's peeled away from your arm when you realized your true name. The symbol no longer rules you, and you may harness its power to bring retribution against your enemies. Merely holding it and invoking its power will summon all the pain and suffering from your past incarnations upon your foes. Looks like I can't use it. It might be like a tattoo. Let's see. At the same time, I guess I'll equip it when I need it. For the time being, though... Hey, Dayanara. Actually, can I rest here? Alright. Give me a minute to get all my spells organized, to get everything ready, because we may need it. Alright. Hey, Dayanara. Before you is the ghostly form of Dayanara. Her spectral gown seems stirred by some ethereal breeze. Her eyes rest on yours, and you feel a strange, disjointed sensation, as if you were looking at several pairs of eyes at once. Dayanara? My love, at last I have found you. I searched for you after you were divided by the crystal. This fortress spans hundreds of miles, and I feared you were lost to me. Her ghostly eyes take your measure, searching your body for new wounds. Are you well? I think so. The crystal divided me, but I am one again. Now I am trapped here, however. I suspect trapping you here was the crystal's true purpose, but it poses no barrier for one such as I. She closes her eyes. Much do my eyes see, and the halls of this fortress are well known to me. If you are trapped here, my love, I shall see to it that you are set free. Where do you wish to go? Take me to my friends. As you wish, my love. She stretches out a hand. Touch my hand, and the walls of this fortress will be walls no more.
I shall wait for you in death's halls, my love.
I hope you find peace, Dayanara. Where are we? We're on the roof of the fortress. Grace! Anna, Oh god. More, what? The shadows got to him, I died too. Hold on, I can fix this. I can fix this. Anna, honey, I can't. Mort? Dak'kon? Grace? Nordum, honey? I can't save them. Is there anything else even here? What the? You.
So you have come. Then you shall die again.
I will do no such thing.
I'm gone.
Give them back.
So you have come. You are unwelcome here, Broken One.
What have you done to my friends?
Are they dead? Yes. Unlike you, they have but one life. And they wasted it for your sake.
I shouldn't have brought them here. They died for you, as they always have. Such is the way of all mortal things. It is the fate of all that follow you, Broken One. You have forgotten much. Why did you do it? They tried to harm me, here of all places. I defended myself, and so did— BULLSHIT! Bullshit! The tiefling girl was especially fierce in your defense. Her feelings for you burned brighter than Elysium's fires. And the Tana'ri, she was quite strong. Her tolerance for pain would have shamed the Beatitu themselves. I took no pleasure in their deaths. Then why did you do it? It was not my will. It was not that I brought them here. All of them had a choice, and they chose to die for you. It has always been the way of all that follow you, for they are tormented souls seeking a release, but they know not why. You have forgotten this, and you shall again. I know what you are now. Your nameless is mortality. Your armor is twisted like tree branches. Such things speak of Ravel's magics. Yes, I am that which was split from you by the hag's power. I am that which walks with all life. My voice is a death rattle. The last breath in the throat, the whisper of a dying man. I have been freed from the prison of your flesh. Freed from me. The moment I was split from your cancerous shell, I knew life. I knew freedom. I shall not surrender it to you. We were not meant to be separated, and the planes have suffered because of our separation. You know nothing of meaning and separation. Before your memory dies again, know that we were never meant to be as one. This shall be the last time you and I speak, Broken One. There is something I would know, Spirit. I have traveled far, and there are many questions that you can answer. I will indulge you this one last time, then this fortress shall be silent again. My questions are these. You have done everything you can to prevent us from meeting face to face. Why? Do you think I fear to face you, Broken One? I do not. Then why do you send shadows to kill me rather than trying to defeat me yourself? They never succeeded in killing me, nor will they. I send my shadows because their reach is long, yet it is my eyes that guide them. So these shadows travel distances that you cannot. There is nothing I cannot do. Yet you travel from beyond these walls to fight. Yet you never travel from beyond these walls to fight me. Only sent these shadows. That's how a coward fights. My energies are needed to sustain this place, Broken One, or else it would be my hand on your throat with each of your deaths. I may not travel beyond these fortress walls for long. Yet even when I was within the fortress walls, you sent Ignis to try and stop me when you could have stopped me yourself. The sorcerer was convenient. His rage for you runs deep. I thought it fitting he be allowed vengeance upon you. The plains cannot teach you mercy, perhaps pain can. What did Ignis want revenge for? It is no matter to you. You have forgotten such things, and you shall again. So you sent him to try and stop me, but when he failed, you still didn't confront me. You put that crystal in my path to imprison me. Yes, the crystal is a prison, perhaps one of the greatest ever devised. I used it, for I tire of tracking you across the plains, Nameless One. You are difficult to find. I prefer you be kept close where I may watch you. The crystal is such a place where you may be kept. I would know how you freed yourself from the crystal. Why am I difficult to find? It is of no consequence. Why not tell me then? I will forget this anyway, and I would know this last time. Just as there are power in names, there are power in not having a name. The eyes of the plains slide off one such as you, and one such as I. I would know how you freed yourself from the crystal. I had help. The woman I brought here long ago, Tana'ri, freed me. The love-torn spirit. There are times I have felt her echo in the halls of this fortress. She shall not see you again. She won't need to. There are other things I would know. I may be immortal, but Ravel told me the ritual was flawed. Whenever I die, I lose a fraction of my mind. In time, after many deaths, I shall lose the ability to even think for myself. It is of no matter. You cannot die. Your mind may be lost, but your flesh will live on. That is all is needed. Why? We share a link, you and I. However small, I do not wish you destroyed, only far from me. If we're linked, then when I suffer, you must suffer as well. Only the weak suffer. I endure. So if I were to die, the link would be broken. You cannot die. Well, I cannot die, then you cannot exist. You are my mortality. Perhaps once, no longer, I have changed. I have transcended and become something greater. Perhaps so, but at your core, you're still my mortality. If I die, you die. You know nothing of what you speak. Your words are hollow, as is your shell. I think I know exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying, if I were to be destroyed, then you would be destroyed. You listen, but you do not hear my words. Know that you cannot die. Let's not pull the blade of the immortal on him just yet. Let's see if we can't get him to talk about anything else. If the shadows you sent against me, they never succeeded in killing me. But was that one about that was never their purpose, was it? They only kill me to make me forget. There is nothing in your shell of mine that is of consequence, Broken One. Except that, from what the Pillar of Skulls told me, There were once 3 that knew where you could be found and how to reach you. One is Trius, one's you, and the other is me. If you kill Trius and I, there will be no one who knows who you are and how to find you. Yes, the angel that shields itself with golden lies. You led me to him. And at last, like you, the betrayer was difficult to find. He will die the final death. So you used me to find him. You wanted me to kill him, didn't you? So his knowledge would die. Then you tried to kill me, so I would forget where to find you. I see Time's blade has not bled your mind of all reason. My purpose was always such, to make you forget. But why? Because I never again wish to suffer your presence, Broken One. You are an irritation, a reminder of what life once was, and I detest such reminders. I wish to be left in peace in my fortress. As you have forgotten me, I wish to forget you, forever. But I no longer... Nameless doesn't forget anymore when he dies. Maybe once, but during all the times that we've died during our journey, Nameless hasn't forgotten. You lie! You have always forgotten, and I have always remembered. And I have always remembered. It was always such. Always doesn't mean what it once did. I have died time and again, and my memories have returned to me. Your deceptions will not shield you here, Broken One. It's the truth. Killing me won't stop me. Because killing me doesn't make me forget anymore. I'll know you always. I'll remember everything you've done to and how to reach here, and eventually how to destroy you. Then I shall imprison you, Nameless One. If you will not forget, then I shall not allow you to be free. But I already escaped from the greatest prison you ever devised. You can't kill me, and you can't hold me. And you can't make me forget any longer. Yes, but it was not your doing. The love-torn spirit freed you. She shall not do it again. Once I crush the bones from your body, I will take your limp shell and seal it within the crystal. You shall never walk the plains again. We'll see. If we are linked, as you say, then speak our name. A name is a thing earned by a man through his actions. By the nature of that, the name we once had is meaningless. You don't know what our name was, do you? There is no one in existence that knows our name. This is our shield, this is our shield. Names carry power. When one is nameless as we are, then one is strong. We cannot be hunted. We cannot be tracked. We cannot be harmed. Our name is known to me. And to me, creature, and knowing I have become strong. You lie! Our name is lost, forgotten, and so shall it remain until eternity dies. Do I lie? If you are part of me, you know when I deceive you. I do not lie now. Even with such knowing, you do not have the power to defeat me. Yes, I do. And I shall not allow you to trick me into a battle that is not even necessary. For in knowing my name, my true name, I know yours. There is nothing more you can do to me. I will unmake you. No, I will unmake you. I no longer wish to inhabit this... Wait, what? You will rejoin with me, and we shall become as one, and as we are meant. You know not what you do. If we are reunited, then it shall be an ending. There shall be no future for us. We shall go on to further torments. It is better, it is better that happen than the multiverse continues to suffer because of us. If we become one, we shall suffer. There is too much of the nature of the first one in us for us to be saved. We shall be damned. You know not what you do. No, I know very well what I do, and I think this is the only answer. Prepare yourself. Know that I have always hated you, Broken One. When we are one, I will continue to hate you. When your shell dies at last, know I shall take pleasure in your death. I can live with that, and so can the planes. Know that it is my hatred for you will unmake the plains. Prepare yourself. We shall be as one until your last moments of life. Before we do, what of my friends? Is it possible to save them? I am mortality itself. The nature of life and death is something I know. Well, when we are one, my knowing shall be yours. Very well. Bring him back, Nameless. Mort, honey. As you reach out and with your power, Mort suddenly floats into the air. Hold up, Chief. You don't need to resurrect me. I was, just kinda lying there, you know, listening to you two. You were feigning death. Well, I mean, I'm already dead, and, Chief, what happened to your voice? I am something else now. Time runs short, and soon time and fate will catch up with me. I will return you to Sigil, Mort, if you wished it. What, return me? What about you? Come on, Chief, I may be a coward, but there's no way I'm leaving you in this place. Many are the crimes that were committed when my mortality and I were split. These crimes carry a price. But, Nameless, you're the most powerful thing in the plains right now. Can't you just, like, undo fate? Can't you just undo your punishment? Well, I could go with you anyway, Chief, if you wanted me to. I mean, we've been through worse. Not this time. Perhaps one day you and I will meet again on another plane, but not now.
Not to get all misty-eyed, but, it's been a pleasure, Chief.
Goodbye, Mort. Next. Oh, Anna, honey. You reach out with your power, and there is a rush of air, and Anna stirs. She raises her head slowly, then shakes it, confused. Anna, are you alright? Anna's eyes widen as she hears your voice. What happened to you? Your voice, it echoes, and it like echoes it is. I have changed. I'm something else now, and I cannot remain here much longer. I will return you to Sigil if you wish it. What? Anna opens her mouth and pauses. Where are you going? Many are the crimes that were committed when my mortality and I were split. But I don't want you to go. I will not forget how much you were willing to sacrifice for me, Anna. Anna nods. She looks like she's about to say something else, and then she falls silent, but the unspoken thought remains in her mind, lingering. I do not need your words to know your heart, Anna. Farewell. Dak'kon, wake up. The debt's been settled. You're free. As your power touches him, Dak'kon takes a staggered breath and looks up weakly. Looks like he's barely clinging to life. Awaken, Dak'kon of Shlak'lor, last wielder of the Karak blade. As he hears your words, Dak'kon slowly nods. Your voice. Have you at last come to know yourself? Yes, it was a difficult thing, and it cost many lifetimes. Many suffered so I might know myself again. The knowing of oneself is a difficult path. In knowing it, I know where I shall soon be bound. Time and fate come here even as we speak. I will not be here for much longer. I will return you to Sigil, Dak'kon, if you wish. Dak'kon falls silent for a moment, and when he speaks again, his voice is sharp, as if severing a link. Know that I once owed you a debt. Know that you saved my life, and know that I followed you here to settle that.
I paid for your
life with mine. The debt is settled.
Very well, Dak'kon. Our 2 deaths were as one. You will leave this place with your freedom. Oh, Grace, honey, you've been through so much. You deserve a second chance at life. As your power touches Fall from Grace, she rises dizzily to her feet. Even disoriented, she still somehow manages to maintain her composure. Grace. Fall from Grace looks up, and she holds your eyes for a moment, and then she smiles. But it's a slight smile that carries more sadness than anything else. Your voice. So you have found yourself at last? Yeah. The price of such a thing is seldom measured in copper. Fall from Grace studies your features. Are you still? I am still the one you know, but my perspective has changed. I have not forgotten you, if that is your fear. Fall from Grace smiles again, the same smile as before. No, that was not my fear. I cannot remain here for much longer. My punishment calls, and fate and time will soon be here. I will return you to Sigil if you wish. That is not my wish. Fall from Grace reaches forward, and her hand lightly touches your arm. There is a slight tingling sensation, barely felt, then she takes it away. I will find you again, no matter where in the lower planes you will be, just as you shall be able to find me. It may be a long time where I am bound. It is not measured in years, and the crimes that I have committed are stronger than any cage. No cage shall separate us, and no plane shall divide us. Fall from Grace's face becomes like stone. Keep thinking of me, and we shall meet again. I won't forget everything you've given up for me, Grace. She shakes her head. Just do not forget me. Time lays waste to all things, but I shall fight it as long as I can.
Time is not your enemy. Forever is.
She's right, Nameless. And just like Anna said, I don't want you to go either. You have the abilities that all the incarnations that you've lived are now one within you. You could... Nameless is basically like a god right now. Why isn't he just... Let's just bring Nordum back. You slowly feel your power shaping into soul into Nordum's shape, then slowly until you feel it slipping back into the Modron's body. There is a shudder as Nordum's framed, and he springs to his feet. Nordum, honey. Nordum blinks and shudders, his eyes clicking rapidly. Then the shutters dilate at points as if he is squinting at you. Your voice exceeds standard recognized parameters. I have become whole again. I have changed, but I shall not be here much longer. I will return you to Sigil, Nordum, if you wish. Query, where is your next destination? Nordum will follow and protect you. I have committed many crimes across many lifetimes. I go now to a place of punishment. You cannot come with me. Branching Kiri, do you not require or do you not want presence of Nordum? You cannot follow Nordum. It is not my choice. There are other powers that now rule my actions. They always did, and now they know me for what I am, and they come even as we speak. Nordum whirs and clicks for a moment. His crossbows begin clicking and twanging in his hands. Nordum surrenders gratitudes. You help Nordum find his identity. Just as you helped me find mine, I give you your freedom, Nordum. Explore, learn, grow. May we meet again on another plane, in a time far from now. Response: heard and acknowledged. Nordum now awaiting said day. Hold on to your logic, Nordum. You will find it a greater shield than most of the passions that rule the plains.
The issue no longer equals total logic.
Farewell, Nordum. we'll meet again one day. Right, Nameless? Fuck. What do you say to that? Just I feel so emotionally drained in the good way, and yet I still feel so conflicted too. I'm so happy that we were able to find Nameless's name. I mean, I guess we can't call him Nameless anymore, but just fuck. We never did hear it ourselves, and I'm glad we were able to bring all of our friends back and help them find closure as well, but just... it's not fair. It's not fair for Nameless. I know that, like, he said that he'd be able to, like... I know he basically implied that he'd be able to leave the Blood War and go to another plane someday. But just... it's not fair. He's done so much in this life to redeem himself, I'd say, but just... he's too nice for his own good. Anyway, just thanks for sticking around for this LP, everyone. I know I said it would be something different, and the episodes were a lot longer due to make up for how much text there was. And just... my god. And the person I want to thank especially is... well, you guys probably heard this coming, but my boyfriend. Thank you, honey, for sharing with me the greatest story ever told. There's still so much on my mind, but I can't get it all out at once, and I feel like if I try to, we're going to be here for a very long time. So just... this game, it's a masterpiece. I can't find the better words for that. It is everything that everybody has said. Like, it lives up to everything everybody has ever said about it. It's just... fuck. And the best part is... best and simultaneously worst, actually, that I have a reason to play through this all over again. I'm not gonna let's play the whole game all over again, naturally, because, you know, we've got other planes to visit. But just, there's so much I still missed. Like, one of the prime examples is, well, Ignis. Apparently, there was a means of being able to recruit him and find out more about him, but I just didn't, because it just kind of slipped my mind, really. And plus, there was another party member that we just didn't encounter entirely. Apparently a mercy killer by the name of Valor, who is basically lawful stupid incarnate, but still, that would have been an interesting thing to experience. And just... oh my god. Never in my life have I ever, like, heard nothing but good things about a game, and then playing that game and having it all live up to all of those expectations. Planescape Torment saw this notion of mine, and it's just like, I'm gonna do you one better. So yeah, fuck. And just, I can't begin to thank you guys enough for showing interest in playing this, and I can't show enough thanks to my boyfriend for getting me into this game to begin with. So, again, thank you, honey, and I love you so much if you're listening to this. But with that said, as conflicted as I do feel about the ending, the tale of the Nameless One has come to a close. So, you're probably wondering, what's the next adventure that you have in store for us? Well, as you may know, the Steam summer sales have come and gone since I started Let's Playing this game. In fact, I think the Steam summer sales came along when I was still Let's Playing Final Fantasy VI, but that's not important. I picked up quite a few games during the sales, and one of the games that just caught my eye was a curious little game. Just found in a small corner of the Steam store, only on sale for only about $1, with its original price only being like $3. But the game had so many glowing reviews, despite the fact that I had never heard of it before. And it seems a lot more lighthearted than the tale of torment that we've just been told. So, I hope you guys will join me on Friday for Let's Play Helen's Mysterious Castle. I will see you guys then, and this is Mihari of Mabinogi, signing out.